Welcome back, tribe. And don't worry, we'll get back to this guy in just a minute. But first, well, I'm starting off the day making some tomato sauce. I've cut the bottoms off. I'm gonna roast them here to make those skins a little bit easier to peel off. Then once I have the peels off, I'm gonna take and cook those tomatoes over here in my pot on a very low heat, a little bit of salt. Yeah, I'm not adding anything to it, just using the juices from the tomatoes and the salt. Later, I'll strain it through that strainer back there to pull out the seeds and any extra fibers. Cook it for a little bit more. Now let's get back to that strange fly from earlier. All right, tribe, so I just got out of the shower and I noticed something strange, and I hope you guys can see this. Do you see that fly? Look, let me see if I can get this. Like, how is that even possible? He like flew in upside down and smashed his head against a wall. What the hell? Well, I couldn't tell you if it's a glitch in the Matrix or if it's just a strange happenstance, but there you go. Needless to say, my morning's gonna be pretty lazy. That is until the boys get back from breakfast. We've been doing some work on the razor, so we're gonna go take it out for a test run. Well, we tuned up a couple of belts, cleaned out some fuel filters, shook out the air filter. Now it's time to give this baby a little run for money and see how we've done. The transmission was slipping a little bit, so later on we're going to end up getting some dry silicone. But for now, we want to see if we're getting some better air intake and better fuel consumption now that we've cleaned those filters out. So here we go. Everything was going along just fine until we saw these guys in the middle of the road. Those are some mules out there, which is not uncommon in this part of the world, especially out here in these arroyos. But what is uncommon is the guy bringing up the rear. I'll let you guys try and figure it out for a second here. Well, I'm not sure if you guys can quite make it out yet, but there's your two regular donkeys. And what do we have here? That is an albino donkey. That's right. I don't think I've ever seen an albino donkey before, but there he is. Beautiful. Look at that guy. Amazing. You just never know what you're going to find when you're out here on one of these little trips in Baja. You know, if you can get out, I highly suggest you do. Speaking of stumbling across some amazing things, when we stopped to take a break, we ran into this. Look at this thing. It is absolutely amazing. What are we looking at? This here is the root structure of a fig tree. A fig tree that's been here for a very, very long time. It has attached itself to this cliff face, using the cliff to gather moisture in the morning time and divert it towards the roots. It also gives it the best sunlight available by sticking way up above the cliff and out of the arroyo. Look at this thing. Oh, and before you ask, it does produce figs, and you can eat them, and they are delicious. These beauties can be found all up and down Baja, especially in these arroyos along the cliff sides. So we still have some testing to do. The next thing we need to test out This is a new light bar that Andrew put in. So we're going to take these bad boys out and about for a night run. Well guys, the light bar is working fantastic, but as you can see, it's a full moon out tonight, so it wasn't really necessary, especially along the beach here. So we figured if we really want to give this thing a try, we better head across the highway and into the arroyo, up into the mountains again, to try and give this light bar a little bit of a better test. That's our buddy Rick coming up in his Polaris 800. He'll be bringing up the rear just in case something falls apart on us. Like I said, we were having issues with the transmission belt. But yeah, here we go. Waiting until we get a little bit further back from the road and the power substation here before we open it up. But as you can see so far, that light bar is lighting up everything in front of us. So far, everything we've done to the Razor has been a success. Tomorrow when we get the silicone, we'll see if we can get rid of some of that slipping and a lot of this extra noise. Now Andrew has dropped the speed on the Polaris because we are getting close to some ranches here, and it wouldn't be unusual to see some livestock on the road like the donkeys earlier today. And in the dark, even with the light bars, it could pose a problem. So we're not going to go over, I think, 50. Okay, I could be fibbing a little bit. We're nowhere near a ranch. But when we do get close to a ranch, or if we do see livestock, we will drop it down below 30, sometimes even down to 15. Outside of the livestock, people are the only other things you'll see out here, and I highly doubt you're going to find anyone hiking around in the dark. This Polaris Razor seems to do so much better at higher speeds. She hardly feels like she's going over all these rocks and ruts, but as you can see on the road, she should be shaking like mad. Alright tribe, so as you can see, it is much darker over here away from the city and deep into the arroyo. Well tribe, I don't know about you, but it seems to me that this light bar test was another success. We can put another feather in our hat. I think the only thing we have left to do is reach our destination, maybe burn one with the boys, and head back home. Really calm, docile creatures. Looking back over the valley and seeing the city lights below, we realized one important thing. We are hungry. So it's time to head back on this trail and go back into town and see if we can find ourselves some Chinese food. Yeah, that sounds really good right now. Well, from the sounds of it, everything is purring like a kitten. The ride back was smooth, well lit, and probably one of the best parts of the day. First one back to the road. Well, I guess we can let Rick take the lead. We just gotta wait for him to show up. And there he is. Well, it's always nice to come home to sleeping dogs. No major messes, no major catastrophes. I think today was a mighty good day. I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, so I have a very important question for all of you. I do a lot of cooking, and some of you have mentioned that you'd like to see more of what I'm cooking and maybe have some recipes. So I started the tomato sauce, which is just roasting the tomatoes, peeling them and cooking them down, running them through a sieve, adding a little bit of salt. Next is to create a marinara or a meat sauce for some pasta that we're going to be having. If you'd like me to film it and give you the ingredients and stuff, please leave a comment, let me know, and I will start adding those in to these videos. I do give recipes and things like that on my blog, but I haven't really put too much thought into making actual food videos. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, on how I do my cooking and prepare and store food while traveling or in unconventional places, leave a comment, let me know, and I will do that for you guys. I gotta go take care of the dogs right now, so I'll see you guys next time. ADHD Kevin just 1976. Are you serious right now? Okay.